All right, guys, so I wanted to share my thoughts with you on this Freddie Gray situation and the Baltimore riots that are happening literally as I speak. What this has made me realize is that two things can be true at once. So there was an incredible miscarriage of justice here in that there was no justice. What happened to Freddie Gray is inexcusable, and we have seen several other examples in the last year especially of this kind of thing. The black community feels like they're under assault, rightfully so. We still have racial problems in the country, obviously, but there seems to be something systemic going on with law enforcement. And I don't want to only blame law enforcement because we also need law enforcement for a lot of things. But it seems that two things can be true here, because on one hand, we see people that are only focusing on what happened to Freddie and not focusing on the rioters, which is awful also, right? And then there are people that are only focusing on the rioters and not focusing on Freddie, which is what precipitated all this. And I think two things can be true at once here. So we do need to all, as a country, our media, our politicians, us as citizens, need to think about more about how this type of stuff and this racial, what appears to be racial injustice happening consistently. Why is this happening? We need to focus on that. And that at the same time, we need to also step up and acknowledge that when these things happen, that we still can't be rioting and ransacking through our cities. And I know a lot of people would argue, well, that's the only way you can get the system to change. I personally don't believe that. I hope that's not how it has to happen. That to get change, we have to literally destroy stores. I mean, people are destroying stores in their own communities right now. Destroying local CVS's and liquor stores. That doesn't make anything change. That makes the system hit back harder. So there's a lot here, but two things can be true, and we can focus on both of those things. Making justice for Freddie happen, and hopefully that stops future cases like this, and also stopping the rioting, which actually isn't helping. People think the media is driven by some agenda. I think the media is basically driven by what people will watch and what people will click on. So if a building is burning, or if a car is burning, or there are people attacking a cop car, then yeah, they are gonna focus on that because that's what people watch. And then it deflects from actually what the more important issue is, which is getting justice for Freddie, which it's too late for him to get justice, but getting justice for the next Freddie. So I think we all can do better, and that's what I'm trying to put out there, and that's what I hope you guys will try to put out there as well.